Hey there, everybody. Happy Sunday night. We are live talking about the weather for this week, and it was a hot one today. It's going to be a hot one tomorrow. And on radar right now, there are a couple of isolated storms over Medina County between here and Uvalde. We'll take a look at radar, what to expect this week, and our changing weather flow by Thursday and Friday. We're looking at highs, challenging some records here in San Antonio. Today's high at 99 degrees. Take a look. 96 at Kerrville, 105 the high temperature in Del Rio, 99 at George West, and 104 at Cotulla. It was extremely hot this afternoon. Now, we did not hit 100 degrees today, and just to put into perspective, and here are the numbers for the summer so far, hasn't been that bad. 12 days at or above 100 degrees. Annual average is 18. Back last year, we were at 75. As a matter of fact, last year broke an all-time record. We have never seen 75 days at or above 100 degrees, but we did it last year. This year, we're only at 12 so far. I think in the next couple weeks, as we continue to go through the hottest time of year, I think we'll max out at 100 to 103 a few days, especially by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And keep in mind, between now and August 16th, basically the first 2 weeks of August, is historically the hottest time of year. Our average highs max out at 97, but with varying weather patterns, that can easily go above 100 to 101, 102. It just depends on the pattern aloft and what that creates here in San Antonio. And also just a fun fact, in early January, that is the coolest time of year. So basically after August 16th, in a couple weeks, we start to trend down. In October, November, and December usually offers up some slightly cooler air here in San Antonio. Okay, meantime, 89 in the city, 91 at Lackland, 70 in Hondo. This is actually a good proxy for showing where the rain-cooled air is at. You can see Hondo a lot cooler than San Antonio, about 20 degrees cooler right now as of 9:26 p.m. on your Sunday night. Live look outside, it is mostly quiet in the city. So far this year has been great, 19.46 inches of rain. We're actually almost near last year's total 12-month rainfall. We're at 19.46. We may even see some rain tomorrow, but it's going to be a small chance for that. Okay, let's take a look at this. Here's radar. A couple of storms out west and a large thunderstorm over Hondo and Medina County. You can see as I zoom out and show you right here, I mean, Hondo is just getting a lot of rainfall. I mean, this is a large thunderstorm with a lot of lightning and electrical storm between Hondo, between there and Sabinal. Sabinal's dry, but it's mainly over central and southwestern portions of Medina County. This stretches into eastern portions of Uvalde. Some light moderate rain between Camp Wood, Utopia, Brackettville, Uvalde, and along Highway 90. That's where the rain's most widespread right now. It's mainly west of the city. It's not over San Antonio, unfortunately. We saw a couple of downpours this morning, 7, 8, 9 a.m. Otherwise, it's pretty dry in our area. This is all clutter. There may be a few sprinkles out there, but most of this is clutter because of just what's happening at night. We have some cloud cover, and some of those are false returns on the radar, especially in north and northeastern San Antonio. But yeah, the main action, the dangerous thunderstorms, the strong lightning storms are out west. So if you're in Castroville, if you're in Devine, if you look in your western sky, you'll see the lightning just flashing back and forth. And to put this back on the loop, you can see where this storm is heading. Has more of a southerly movement to it. I think in general, over the next 1 to 2 hours, this will weaken. But as it moves farther south, this could impact maybe southwest of Devine towards Pearsall, east of La Pryor along Highway 57 and parts of I-35 by about 10:30 tonight. So something to watch if you're watching southwest of San Antonio. But that is the latest on the radar right now. We'll stop the clock. It's 9:28. Pretty widespread rain between Camp Wood, Uvalde, and just a lot of rain moving into Hondo right now. Again, this particular storm is moving to the south. We'll put this on. So again, as temperatures start to cool down tonight through the early morning hours, I think overall it'll trend down in intensity. But just heads up if you're in Moore, maybe Devine towards Highway 59, that's where it's going to get a little loud in regarding some of the thunderstorms that are out there later on tonight. Meantime, we are looking at temperatures in the 80s right now. 89 feels like 91. Humidity is high, but it's not terrible compared to previous days. The dew point's right around 66. 94 at Pearsall, 79 at Del Rio. You can see where it's rain cooled right now. 70 at Hondo. Compare that to 89 here in the city. Large difference in temperature between Hondo and Pearsall at 94. 94 at Cotulla, and 93 at Carrizo Springs. Okay, through 11 o'clock, a couple of isolated showers, especially some storm activity out west between Hondo, Pearsall, Uvalde. Tomorrow morning, a little bit of cloud cover, and then by tomorrow afternoon, sunny skies, highs in the upper 90s, very hot, very humid. And there will be 1 or 2 hit or miss showers tomorrow. Can't really rule that out. Right now, it's a 10% chance. It's not going to be impressive. But between here, the Hill Country, Austin, there will be a couple of isolated downpours dotting the landscape. But right now, most of us staying dry for your Monday. Take a look, high near 98, average is 97. So it will be a typical August summer day, and this is only the beginning because as high pressure moves farther east, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, it's going to move right over Texas into the weekend. And what that will do, I'll pause on this next graphic for a little while because it's just going to get hotter and hotter. Right now, forecast highs 99 for tomorrow, 98 to 99. But by Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, air temperatures maxing out at 101, 102. Humidity making it feel worse and hotter. The heat indices will be near 106 to 108 in some areas, even higher than that, maybe exceeding 110 in a few regions, a few areas around South Texas and around San Antonio. So heat wave expected this week. Get ready for that. Not much relief in the forecast. If you're watching west of San Antonio right now, you're getting some pretty good rain. Hondo to Uvalde, southeast of Camp Wood. We just looked at the radar, and it's very active out west, but inside San Antonio and around the metro, we're not seeing much action. Most of the shower and thunderstorm activity will remain west tonight with just some spotty activity around our area. Okay, the tropics a little active. You can see as we zoom in, Tropical Storm Debby, it is looking pretty strong. I mean, as a matter of fact, as of the latest advisory from the Hurricane Center, it has upgraded its strength. It was at 65 miles an hour sustained wind speeds around 5 and 6 p.m. Now it's up to 70, and you can see the swirl in the atmosphere. Heavy rains, tropical downpours moving all across the Sunshine State from Miami to Tampa Bay, the entire peninsula of Florida getting soaked all in this tropical bands of rain. This will continue to move north at 12 miles an hour. Pressure has improved in regarding its intensity, so it is strengthening as it's taking advantage of the warm water of the eastern Gulf of Mexico. So that's Tropical Storm Debby, expected to be Hurricane Debby by tomorrow morning, and then it'll make landfall somewhere between Cedar Key and north and northeastern Florida by tomorrow morning. Here's the forecast. You can see Category 1 status over 75, 80 miles an hour through tomorrow afternoon. Dangerous storm surge, heavy rains, flooding all throughout eastern Florida towards southeastern Georgia. And this rainfall is going to stretch all the way into the Carolinas. So if you have any friends or family, or if you have any plans to head into this area, this is where it's going to be pretty active at least through Wednesday and Thursday, depending on how slow it moves. It will be somewhat quick moving, relatively quick compared to other historic storms, but as it moves over land and as it's remaining near water between the Gulf and the Atlantic, as long as it has access to water, a water source, that'll continue to crank in rain wherever the center is, and that means it's going to be a pretty large rainmaker for Florida, the southeast United States, and for the eastern seaboard tomorrow and Tuesday. Okay, our forecast stays pretty dry. Tomorrow, a small chance of an afternoon shower, 98 degrees, 99 Tuesday, and we just keep on cranking things up. 101s to 102s Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Friday, maybe another chance at an outflow thunderstorm. It's possible by the end of the week. Otherwise, we are looking at dangerous, in some areas, record challenging heat by the end of the week, and we're right around 100 for 4 to 5 to 6 days in a row. I mean, it's not going to stop. Probably not until the middle of August. You can see even that second week on the 14th day, maybe a degree or two not as hot by the 12th and 13th of August. But the next 2 weeks, remember, hottest time of year, first 2 weeks of August, and this is reflecting that on the forecast for San Antonio. Grace, any storms out west moving into SA? We're not expecting any storms in San Antonio, but if you're watching west, towards Moore, Devine, Hondo, you're getting in on some more action. Main takeaway for tonight's rain is going to be west of San Antonio and south of the Hill Country. So towards Del Rio, Eagle Pass, kind of in the area between Highway 90 and I-35. That's what we're pinpointing for some pretty good rain. for the next couple hours. As we lose daytime heat by 10 p.m., 11 p.m., a lot of the activity on radar will diminish, and we're looking at quiet skies overnight. But for the next couple hours, if you're watching from Hondo, Uvalde, Moore, Devine, towards McMullen County, there's a pretty good chance you see a couple of downpours and thunderstorms out west of San Antonio. It's lightning where you're at, Norma. Where exactly are you watching from, Norma? Can we look back at a local radar from Ryan? Yes, we can. We'll wrap up on radar. Obviously, we know it's going to be hot this week, but let's just chat about the radar. So here it is right there. Let's turn on sweeping radar. That's the hill country. So just to reiterate, if you guys are just joining in, Hondo, south and southwestern Medina County getting in on a lot of action. Sabinal, not so much. This thunderstorm activity is moving towards the south. So if you're watching from Devine and anywhere southwest of Devine, this could move in your direction, and it's still pretty strong. Probably going to last for another hour or so. But by about 10:30, this should start to really weaken rapidly as we lose daytime heat. But it's still pretty warm, still pretty humid out there, which is keeping this storm pretty strong. More rain across Uvalde, Camp Wood, Utopia, between Bracketville and La Pryor. So anyone watching from the western side of San Antonio, it's like Norma. Yeah, so if you're on the west side, you're seeing the lightning, the flashes of light in your sky, and it's primarily this thunderstorm right here over Hondo. So from the west side of San Antonio, like let's say that's 151, here's like Marbach and Petrenko Road. This thunderstorm is about 20 to 22 miles away from you. So you're able to see the flashes of light and the thunder. Maybe in Castroville, you're able to hear the thunder, but on the west side of San Antonio, Norma, you're seeing the flashes of light from this very large thunderstorm that's just raining down on Hondo and southwestern Medina County. Will it reach Cotulla? Good question. Let's erase that real quick and zoom out. Cotulla. Don't think it'll reach Cotulla. It'll probably start to dip down into Frio County, Pearsall. Maybe a couple of storms between Pearsall and Crystal City, but I think by about 10:30 and 11 o'clock, a lot of this rain and thunderstorm action just starts to really dissipate. Remember, daytime heat is what helps fuel these summertime thunderstorms, and then at 10 o'clock at night, temperatures are cooling down pretty quickly, kind of, but then with those cooling temperatures, thunderstorms tend to collapse late at night, unless there's a large upper level system supporting it, which we don't have right now. So I think this rain will continue to be pretty strong between I-35, Pearsall. If you're watching from La Pryor, Batesville, anywhere in this area in western Frio County, north of Dilley, and Texas 85, I think some of this will enter your area. But overall, in general, over the next 1 to 2 hours, it'll start to fizzle out over Frio County. And I don't think it'll make it to Cotulla, unfortunately, or towards Asherton, maybe Crystal City and La Pryor. But it's really, I think by and large, this action is going to start to really wane down as we lose daytime heat in the next couple hours. Okay, Petrenko in 1604. Yeah, Petrenko in 1604. So let's just take a camera tool. So Petrenko in 1604 is right on the west side. Most of this is clutter. There may be a few droplets. So Petrenko's right there. 1604 right there. Again, some of that green in San Antonio is mostly clutter, but if you're watching from Petrenko and you're seeing that thunderstorm in your distance, it's about 20 to 25 miles to your west. But again, just to reiterate, this storm is moving more farther south towards Devine and more. So Sabinal is not going to see the rain. But heads up for Moore and Devine and down I-35. This large thunderstorm is going to continue to move farther south as it weakens. Kerrville, we saw some spotty downpours and thunderstorms around Kerrville earlier this evening. Let's zoom out. Kerrville is not seeing much at the moment. Quiet skies in Kerrville and for most of the hill country. It's really just out west between Hondo, Uvalde, Del Rio, Camp Wood, where the rain is most widespread at this hour. Grace, you're very welcome. Hope you have a wonderful night. Again, Hennick, don't think it's going to reach Cotulla. It's mainly, for now, it's about 10:30 for Hondo, Medina County to Frio County and Pearsall is probably where most of the rain will be for the next 1 to 2 hours. Okay, so we'll leave it on the forecast a little longer. That's radar. We'll wrap it up with the extended outlook for today. Again, most of the rain remaining west of San Antonio, but if you're watching from Pearsall to Uvalde, that's where rain's going to be most heaviest and widespread for tonight. But after 10 and 11 p.m., most of this should start to wane down, and the overnight will be primarily quiet here in San Antonio. All right, here's the 14-day, guys. It's going to get hotter and hotter. No surprise, August is the hottest time of year, and by Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we're pushing 101s to 102s. Small chance of an isolated storm Friday as we wrap up the work week. Otherwise, 103 waiting for us on Saturday. Obviously, these numbers may change a little bit based on higher resolution forecast data, but right now, Wednesday through Saturday, we're pinpointing for alert days for the possibility at some very dangerous heat. Limit time outdoors, drink water, stay hydrated, because this heat is not going anywhere. Next 7 to 14 days, extremely hot with the hottest stretch of weather Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.